Vuta punch juu. Bunge viva. Bunge power. To the members of the Fourth Estate, mighty citizen, ladies and gentlemen, good evening. This is the legitimate and the consummate paradigm shifter talking from the heart of Embakasi. And what I'm yet to articulate here, I would wish you listen to it crystal clear. I will go straight to the point of the two matters, the two agenda. Number one, I will talk about the high cost of living, and I will be very fast and keen. And I want you to listen to me crystal clear. When Tom Mboya wrote the planning, and we all know it's in the footnotes of books, and we need to go down to the footnote of books, we should know where we come from. Because someone said, we are not the makers of history, but we are made from the history. Bunge power. Bunge viva. Tom Mboya, when was the minister of the planning, wrote what we call a sensational paper number 10 of 1958, which Kenyatta neglected, Moi neglected, Kibaki neglected, Uhuru neglected, and the zombified, hypnotic zombie William Ruto is neglecting. Bunge power. We need to go straight to the point. We need to go to the point. When Raila Odinga said, we are going to sort out this issue, and he said, we are going to extricate the public from what we call the punitive taxation. Raila meant what we call one of the agenda Raila brought in manifesto. Raila said we are going to make Kenya what we call a manufacturing regional hub. Bunge power. When you are making a country a manufacturing regional hub, you are going to boost what we call the high rate of employability. And Raila said, when we are making that, we are creating companies, we are reviving companies. But the cabals, the oligarchs of power, naomba mtulie, the oligarchs of power and the cabals and the folks who initiated William Ruto was initiated for the people to continue suffering. And in Africa, when you are championing for what we call humanity, bunge power, I want you to listen to this. In Africa, when you are championing, not even Africa, but the world as a whole, when you are championing for what we call humanity, there must be a dark force. They killed Magufuli. They think Thomas Isadore Noel Sankara. They think Patrick Emery Lumumba. They can't kill Raila Odinga because Raila Odinga is God sent, is an enigmatic. Members of the Fourth Estate, I want you to report this. Coming to the next murder, Raila Odinga being the president in 2027. I don't want to go to 2027 before we sort out this mess. And we must to organize what we call a scorched revolution. But that we must to decapitate and terminate these people who are bringing strangulation in our lives. Mr. Speaker, I want to scrutinize the member who left the floor by saying atatutumia nyuki. This is not far from the truth. I read the newspaper, is in the public domain. Nation newspaper Leo, page 4 and 5. Those people who talked in that page, if you read it, was Osotsi, was Jod Badi, was Danson Manzo, na what's the other character? Who used about MP? Anaitwa Amisi. And what they said these are distractions being brought, these are distraction and discombobulation being brought by the other side of the camp for the Azimio group to disintegrate, but they won't succeed. But the truth be told, none other than Raila Odinga, who will be in the ballot 2027, so long as Raila is still alive. He will be on the ballot 2027, and he will be on the ballot 2032. He will be on the ballot 2037. He will be on the ballot. He will be on the ballot infinity. Raila will still be the president and is the legitimate president. Comrades power, comrades viva. If you listen to this crystal clear, the only person, Mr. Speaker, give me 2 minutes, please. Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, this is the fact. the only person who can galvanize votes from all over Kenya is none other than Raila Odinga. Because, for an example, Kalonzo Musyoka, apart from Luo Nyanza and Ukambani, where else can Kalonzo Musyoka galvanize votes? Raila can come out from Luo Nyanza and galvanize votes. Galvanize votes. He can go to Coast, galvanize votes. He can go to Nairobi, galvanize votes. Mr. Speaker, I will beg you to protect me from the so-called Mr. Speaker, I will beg you to protect me from the egregious health class, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, to wind up this session, I will say this. I will say this for the benefit of doubt. If you read a book Mr. Speaker, I'm winding up, Mr. Speaker. I'm on the floor, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, if you read a book by Chenua Achebe, there is this person called Irioko the Birds. The bird says, if the men have learned to shoot without missing, the bird have learned to fly without perching. Mr. Speaker, I will raise my case, but I will want, Mr. Speaker, you stimulate this bunge so that it should be a debate. It should not be, this is more or less the same as press conference, so that we can have time to articulate issues. I will urge you, fellow bunge members, fellow comrades, fellow mighty citizens, we need to take this gigantic action to bring revolution in this world. Viva Mr. Speaker.